Okay, the have fun method makes you so magnetic, women open up. And so years ago, I was very desperate to attract a girlfriend. And on top of that, I took myself way too seriously and I constantly judged myself. So this like combination of things, it made my interactions with women very tense and like heavy, like I was taking a school test. So I gave off the wrong energy around women, and women stayed very guarded around me, and they always cut the conversation short and then left. So I dreaded having to go out and talk to girls. It felt like I was doing forced labor in a gulag rather than having fun like I thought dating was supposed to be. And so I did some research online and I found some videos of guys approaching women. What I noticed was a very distinct difference between these guys and me, and had nothing to do with looks, money, or even the words that they were saying. It had everything to do with their vibe. Okay, they were in the moment, having fun, laughing, and I wasn't. I was so focused on trying to get a response from the girl and not get rejected that I missed something way more important, which was being present and feeling good in the moment. And because I wasn't feeling good in the moment, I was tense. Women didn't feel good to be around me. You know, it's like if you've ever been around someone who has a stick up their ass, it just repels you, okay, because that energy is infectious. And that's when I first discovered the have fun method. And now, after coaching men all around the country, I've noticed that whether a man knows this method or not, it's usually a strong indication of his ability to attract the women that he wants to date. And I want to explain exactly what this method is today and why it makes you magnetic. I'm going to show you some never before seen clips of me actually doing this method with women. And then I'm going to show you how to implement it the correct way so that you actually don't do it the wrong way, which doesn't work. So, what is the have fun method? All right, so many guys have this stale, emotionless, logical dynamic with women. And I know this because I was one of them. So, they're very tense, and women feel it off of them. And women don't feel good emotions around them, they feel very guarded and on edge. Now, why does this happen? Why do guys have this sort of energy? And the first thing is that they're way too laser focused on just getting an outcome, whether that might be sex, whether that might be, let me get her number, let me not get rejected. I have this specific goal in my mind that I'm trying to create, and then you lose touch with being in the present moment and spontaneity. And you forget that it's gonna sound like I'm being beta, but you forget that the girl is a real human being. It's just like this, it's just like this being that's there to gratify your needs, is what guys are doing in a lot of cases. And when you lose touch of that, you lose all of your presence. You lose that ability to connect in the moment and adjust. All right, so also guys are just afraid of rejection and they just need validation. So they're focused on please accept me rather than expression. They also forget that, I mean, we're on a floating space rock and life is just not that serious. Like, I got out of the sauna the other day and I just started laughing as I'm like, after I got out of the shower, I started putting on my clothes and I was like feeling really tense. And all of a sudden I was like, dude, we're on a giant space rock. We often forget that life isn't that serious most of the time. All right. So the solution to this is you have to make the conscious decision to let go of this heaviness that's going on and to be playful and to do things and act in the way that makes you personally feel good in that moment. So this involves carefree vibes. It's like a demeanor, like an attitude. Teasing the girl, telling jokes, stories, All right, and a few things happen when you're having fun that are going to contribute to your magnetism with women. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to show you examples of this when I show you the infield footage in a second. But the first thing that happens is it releases tension, okay, and it lets you tap into the inner child, and it lets the girl free her inner child. All right, have you ever heard a racist joke and then you just start laughing your ass off? And then you realize how much lighter you feel after you have like this laughter and how tense you must have been all day. Like you just feel more springy, like some tension has been released, right? Well, women are also living lives of tension just like you and I. All right, from TikTok, short circuiting their brain all day, from having to pretend to be men all day. All right, there's a lot of tension that women are in, right? So when you make the girl laugh, this instantly releases all of that tension that she has walking around, being so in her head, being masculine all day long. And it brings her back to that natural, feminine, like childlike, carefree state. Okay, it taps in that inner child. You know, back when you were a child and you felt spontaneous, you felt playful, curious about the world, and you didn't have so much of that like critical inner voice suffocating your personality like a boa constrictor, like what tends to form as you grow up and become an adult. All right, so opens her up and it makes her feel emotions of joy, youthfulness, playfulness, banter. And then this, when she opens up emotionally, is what allows you to actually connect with her on an emotional level. Okay? This is what allows me to do things like, meet a girl and then take her home that same night. Like, do you think I logically gave her the reasons to do that? Do you think I was like, oh man, I have this cool Tommy Hilfiger jacket at home in my closet. Oh, and also, freshman year in high school, I got a really good grade on my tests, and I have this or have that. Like, do you think I had this logical? No. All right, this is all done through this carefree vibe, this emotions that allows a girl to feel free. Okay, this is how this happens. This is how these crazy stunts are pulled off 100% of the time. All right, so it also subcommunicates detachment from outcome. All right, when you're able to really express your personality, in some cases for me, it might be being a bit weird, saying things that might be a bit outlandish, and also teasing the girl, okay, actually willing to break rapport rather than constantly trying to, what I call it is like smoothing the way for the girl and basically over validating her, just complimenting her. When you do this, when you have fun, it shows his detachment from outcome. This is the opposite of desperation and neediness. All right, someone who's very desperate and needy, they're not going to be very expressive at all. They're not going to be telling the joke. They're not going to be teasing the girl. They're going to be very tense and on edge, and the girl's going to pick up on that. And what this neediness, it's obviously not attractive. Just from an evolutionary perspective, it just turns women off. Now, this also suggests that you're non-threatening and you're sociable. Okay, you're socially calibrated. Women need to feel safe before anything else. Okay, especially like when you approach a girl on the street, the first thing that needs to happen is she needs to feel safe around you. She needs to know that you're not a threat, right? So a lot of cases, guys will have problems approaching women, and one of the issues will be like they're not smiling or they're too tense and serious, like they're showing zero expressions on their face. And when a girl can't pick up on any sort of expression from you, what she defaults to is, oh, I'm just gonna err on the side of caution. Okay, I'm just gonna get away from you now. So this playfulness suggests that, okay, this is a safe guy. I can relax around him. It is okay. So this is really what makes it so magnetic. Now I'm gonna roll like a 1-minute clip to show this in action. Okay, I see what it is. See, you work for Chick-fil-A. You're spreading misinformation.
Correct. I'm just
To make
trying
money.
Yeah, they're my op.
You're op.
Yeah.
What are you, like 5, 10?
Yeah.
That's why if we started a family, we would have like gigantic children.
Yeah.
I mean, me being a 45-year-old
Right.
successful investor,
Right.
I'm ready to have 5 children,
Yeah, let's
buy
see how
a
that got
suburban
for you.
home,
Yeah.
and I don't know, maybe we'll buy a swing set.
There you go.
I like playing with the sea turtles.
Can you do that in Florida?
No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would be like highly
That's
illegal.
Yeah, I don't think they let you touch
Do you practice that?
Yeah, definitely. Every night. On hands. Yeah.
I feel like I just want to hire you now.
Yeah, literally. I
You're
know.
looking for work?
No.
I'll hire you to be my secretary.
I got a job. I got benefits. Full benefits.
I'll give you benefits. McDonald's fries.
I am.
All right, as you can see, I'm doing what makes me feel good in the moment. Whatever that might be, whatever pops into my head. Okay, I was telling her about how I went to Florida last week, and I was like, yeah, I pet the sea turtles. It doesn't make any sense at all, but it's fun. Like, it makes me feel good. And then that energy, that carefree vibe, it transfers onto the girl. And it creates this playful dynamic that creates an emotional connection. It creates this flirtation of sexual energies. All right, I'm also doing these fantasy situations. Like, oh, I'm gonna hire you for, you can be my secretary. Okay, I'm teasing the girl. So this is a completely different energy than what I had before. And I have really come a long way with this stuff. And it has changed everything for me, honestly. So I'm going to teach you how you can actually implement this yourself. All right, and step 1 is you need to watch in-field videos of experienced people like me and this guy, you probably know him, Julian Blanc. A lot of his older videos when he used to be a pickup artist, and you'll be able to observe the vibe, the actual energy itself, and see like, wow, you can really say that. Like, wow, you can really not be this serious, logical guy. Like, you can really let yourself loose and say what's on your mind and express yourself. Okay? And what else is going to happen is you're going to pick up on certain things, like certain formats. Like, for example, telling a hypothetical, adventure. Like when I said to that girl, oh, since you're very big, we're going to have very big children. Like, that is a format that I picked up on from another person, but it resonated with my personality. So now I repeat it. I don't repeat it. Like, that is something that was completely original. I came up with that right there in the moment. I don't think that's been said before. But the format, okay, there's nothing new under the sun, right? You're not going to invent some new way to communicate with women. And that's what watching some infield really helps with, to jog your mind, to see what's cool. What else helps with that? Watching movies, watching stand-up comedians. You might notice that I have a pause. I have a timing with my delivery. Like when I said to that one girl, oh, you know what benefits I have when you come to work for me? McDonald's fries, right? So you get that from watching comedy a bit as well. Now, step number 2 is to make it a habit to practice banter with people in your everyday life. And I'm doing this as I do everything in my life. When I go to the gym, okay, I'm teasing the girl at the front desk. Okay, I'm messing with the kid in the locker room. Okay, this kid, he's probably like 18 or 20 or something. I don't know. He wasn't underage, but he was like shirtless in the locker room and like taking selfies. I guess he had a good pump. He wanted to take some thirst trap pictures. As he's taking the picture, I make a gay joke. I'm like, hey, you're gonna send me those pictures later, bro. Okay, I don't even know this kid. I'm just messing around with everybody. I'm messing around with the cashier at the grocery store. I'm even messing around with customer support. My website went down the other day, so I emailed them. I'm like, what's up with this website? They're like, yeah, we're actually experiencing some difficulties on our end. Sorry about that. So I email them back. I'm like, are you serious? This is costing me millions of dollars. Just kidding. And they actually emailed me back. It could have been an AI, to be fair, but they emailed me back. They were like, well, we appreciate your sense of humor, but we actually just got it fixed. Go take a look. All right, so I'm just engaged. This is just how I live my life. I'm not taking it so seriously anymore. And then it makes it very natural when I get into the conversation with the girl because I'm always doing it, right? Now, the third step that goes along with this is you need to learn how to let go of fear, of this perfect self-image, this serious self-image you may or may not have. Okay, it's like when my friend he took me to this house music club for the first time, and I was standing there, this music like blasting, and everybody's like dancing and moving around me, and like I wouldn't even nod my head, like barely, because I had never done that before. I was so constricted. All right, and I was worried what people would think about me. I had this serious self-image. No, I'm this serious guy. I don't do that. I need to be in control. That's what it is. And so eventually, he kind of like convinced me and like hyped me up, and I started to, let go a bit. I started to actually move. Now, I wasn't like break dancing, okay, all of a sudden. It wasn't much. I still don't really know how to dance, okay, but I let go. I allowed myself to be free and enjoy myself, and I stopped caring. So, this is the same kind of thing that I'm talking about with socializing. Like, you need to let go of caring what women think to actually feel freedom, to actually be your own man for once. Okay, that sounded really bad, but to actually express your real personality, you have to let go of caring what people think. And I'm not saying like, don't care about their feelings or how you're making them feel. But if you're changing who you are, if you're walking on the tightrope, over the Grand Canyon, you're afraid, okay, around women, you're just never going to be magnetic. All right, that protection mechanism that's telling you to play it safe, it's a lie. It's the same exact thing that's preventing you from being magnetic in the first place. It's just a lie. And I've seen this repeatedly with clients. This energy shift can completely change how their interactions with women go, but it does take some time and practice to develop. So don't think that just watching this video, it might have given you a mindset shift, it might have given you some inspiration even, but don't think that watching this video alone is going to free yourself. It's going to actually let you master this have fun method. This is something that takes practice. All right. Now, there are some counter arguments with this method. Some people have criticized the having fun method over the years, and they've compared it to being a dancing monkey. This is a common term they say. I've also heard jester maxing. That's kind of funny. Or making a fool out of yourself, basically, to win women's attention. And this is a mischaracterization. This is just incorrect. All right, because these people, they're confusing free self-expression with two other things. And the first one is seeking approval. All right, so they're saying that you're seeking approval when you're having fun, but this is a completely different energy. It comes from a different place. Like, you could do absolutely anything from a place of seeking approval. Like, I could be kind from a place of seeking approval, but I could also be kind just because I'm genuinely kind. And that would be coming from a different place, and it would be eliciting a different response from people. People would pick up on that differently. I could become a doctor from a place of seeking approval, or I could become a doctor because I genuinely want to save people's lives. Right? So anything could be seeking approval. It depends if you are seeking approval or not. It's actually that simple. So you can just be having fun. And this idea that having fun equals seeking approval, I know what it is. It comes from former people-pleasing men who are now so terrified of being perceived as needy or try hard that literally almost anything to them is seeking approval. Oh, he made a joke, dancing monkey. And they don't even realize the irony that by trying so hard to be non-needy, they've actually looped back around to being needy, okay, and being constricted, are changing who they are, walking on eggshells around women to win approval. They don't even realize the irony of that. And these guys' game can be like good, but they're second rate. Like the best in the world, they're free flowing, they're spontaneous, they're having fun. They're not cold and calculated like these second rate guys are. All right, and the second counter argument is, oh, you know, you're never able to be serious, or women aren't going to take you seriously. All right, so the have fun method is not about acting like a retarded clown 24/7. And this is just obvious social skills 101. Like, obviously, if you're always joking around and you can never be serious, that's going to be annoying. People aren't going to view you as like having very much depth at all. They're not going to view you as like a real person. It's weird. It's like this shield that you're putting up. And this is just social skills 101, right? There's variation. All right? There's being fun, and then there's getting real, and then there's connecting. Okay? It's not just all black or white. Okay? Now, you can have fun without being goofy as well. Like, you don't have to be this slapstick, like, goofy, making a fool out of yourself kind of like person to have fun. Now, with that being said, does that mean you can't be goofy? Actually, no. You really can be. Some women are going to like that. Even so. And also, you can have a light, free-spirited vibe even when you're being real. Like, even when maybe you're learning a bit more deeper about the girl's past or about her dreams. Like, you can do this through this lighthearted sort of vibe. It doesn't have to be so heavy all the time. That's what I'm talking about with this having fun method. All right, so I hope this illuminated a new way of being for you, and I hope you gain some value out of this. Now, if you want me to personally help you get rid of nervousness with women, get rid of running out of things to say, approach anxiety, not knowing how to flirt, if you want to 10x your confidence with women, your social skills with women, and you want to transform your dating life, then I'll personally help you to do that. And all you need to do is click the link underneath this video, go to my website and book a free call with me, and then you can personally talk to me. All right, that's all for the video today, guys, and I'll see you soon.